What's up, boy?
What's up with you, man?
Know what I'm saying? I get my boy in here. I don't know what's taking him so long.
I know I came here to watch the boxing talk.
What's going on, man? They taking forever.
You got a good little lineup tonight. That's tight.
It's cool.
Yeah.
What's up with you, man? Talk about your first win, man. How was that going?
Man, we're going good. So we're 5-0 now. Um, just won the last one, rear naked choke. He was a pro boxer too. He didn't touch me. I'm still pretty, man. Just
Were you nervous?
nah. I got one in a couple weeks, 4 weeks out now. So March 29th, at Hard Rock in Sac. I'm fighting for another belt for Uriah Faber's A1 Combat, that belt. So man, I'm
Ooh,
hyped. I'm not nervous. Shit, I put the work in. You know.
damn, this is you really doing it though, bro.
Hell yeah,
This is
yeah, man.
like going into those matchups. Are you like, I don't know, like anything can happen in MMA. That's why I'm like, bro, I
That,
don't know.
that's true. Nah, I don't get nervous because, man, if you're nervous and then it gets you and you lose. When I wrestled and I was younger, I used to get nervous a lot, and I feel like it jacked up my performance and stopped me from being my best self. But like you said, anything can happen. So when I'm fighting, it gets too real for me. I'm pretty grounded. I'm aware. The crowd doesn't matter. I walk out there, I have family and friends there, but that shit doesn't matter. All I care about is that cage and everything in it. So I'm gonna do everything in my power to walk out there alive.
All right, so after if you win this next fight, you know what I'm saying, that puts you back on track to get like into the MMA or what? What's that?
Yeah,
What that look
so
like?
if I win this one, I'll be 6-0 amateur. The goal is to go pro. So I think after this one, I'll probably be going pro, and then yeah, man, just crack up these local wins at the pro level, and then get a good record, and hopefully we get in some good opportunities like a contender series or something like that. Ultimate
Dang,
Fighters,
that's big,
something.
bro.
Yeah, brother,
That's big.
doing it,
Are you
man.
still working with Dante?
Yeah, yeah, I worked out this morning. Hell yeah.
Oh, we got okay, Brandon. What's up with you, brother?
What's going on,
What's
brother?
up, man?
Oh yeah, I got questions for you, man. We're gonna start off real quick. Okay, if you are Earl Spence, what can you do to beat Terrence Crawford? I gotta hear it.
Yeah, I don't think he takes that fight, man. You don't take that fight. I don't think he running back with with Terrence Crawford.
What? I mean, okay, so if you're training him, what would you have him do different going into that fight?
I mean, there's just a lot of technical stuff that he was. Terrence was a lot sharper than him, and he catching him on the inside. He's catching him off balance. It's a lot of technical errors that he'd have to fix
That
before
gap is
getting
pretty
in there.
big, man.
Yeah, it's a lot to ask for, especially coming off a loss that bad, and then jumping right back in the ring with him. It'd be a lot to ask him, man.
Mike, what you doing, man?
Shit, I'm trying to get on there.
You on?
I'm
You
trying to
gotta
turn my
flip the
camera around.
camera. There we
Hold
go.
on, I'm in the car. I'm trying to set it up while I can drive.
All right, so we got Vega, MMA guy. We got Mike
Yep.
guy, boxer. We got
What's
ex
going on?
boxer trainer Brandon. Okay, this is a cool little. You know what I'm saying? We cool with this one. Oh, you can't come. But so real quick. So back to what I was saying with Earl Spence. So you say a lot of technical stuff, man. Get in detail, man. I'll be watching your stuff on. I want to hear the details.
I mean, watch the fight, man. He was catching him off balance. He was a lot stronger. Earl was supposed to be, everybody's saying Earl was going to be the stronger guy going in. Terrence was able to manhandle him, just catch him off balance. You know what I mean? I think that was the biggest thing. And then the counter punching was a big issue for him, man. And that's what he ended up knocking him down with the counter right hook. And yeah, man, it's a lot to ask for him to jump back in there with Terrence.
So with a counter puncher, are we press? Are we gonna press more, or are we fall? Like, what's the? I mean, do you keep just
I
coming
think
forward?
that that's what I saw. The counter punching, man. I think that was like one of like the main things that stood out for me. Because when you get used to a person that are just used to people not being able to fire right back at you, and then it puts you in the state where it makes it harder for you to throw. When you get people that can fire right back after everything that you throw, and that's with anybody. When I experience that, it makes it harder to even throw a shot. So then you end up on the short end of the stick because they start looking like they outworking you. You understand what I'm saying?
Got you. So, like, okay, how about when, Floyd and Canelo fought? Floyd used all his counterpunching, and I thought Canelo's power might have gave him a tough time, but it seemed like he just kind of took everything away from him. So, from
No,
you guys,
no.
Couldn't touch him,
Listen,
bro.
at that time, Mayweather was just a little bit at a different level. You know what I mean? I don't think he caught Canelo when he was still getting better, and sometimes like there's styles that make fights, but a lot of time it's timing that makes fight. You can catch a person at the right timing, whether they're going up and they're not that smart yet, and they haven't learned some things. If you can time it right with your team and jump on a person at that time, you can beat a good upcoming guy, and it don't look like he was a nobody. Or you can catch a guy when he already on his way out and he on a downslide. I think Mayweather just caught him at a time that he wasn't done growing into the person that he became. You know?
so, yeah. So, Brandon, like, when you were fighting, sparring, when you fight someone at that level, what do you do? Like, what is or maybe when you spar somebody, or you box somebody, they weren't at your level. Like, there's nothing you can do once you're at a certain level. It's like there's nothing.
Man, at that level, you just have to have more. You can't just be just a counterpuncher. You can't just be. You have to do a mixture of everything, right? Sometimes you got to fight. Sometimes you got to box. Sometimes you got to counterpunch. At that level, you got to be able to do all of them. You know what I mean? You can't just rely on one thing. And when you go back to Spence and Crawford, he always relied on that being the bigger, stronger guy, walking you down, and it didn't work. Once it didn't work on Terrence, there was no plan B. You know what I mean? And then by the time he tried to figure something out, the fight was already over. He'd been knocked down, started getting beat up, took the wind out of him. So there was no adjustments made. You know what I mean during the fight, or it didn't seem like they had a game plan. Well, if this doesn't work, then what are we gonna do? You know what I mean? It's just the same
Yeah.
thing that Spence has done for all of his fights: come forward, throw power shots, and still be there after I throw mine. And it didn't work.
All right, so then
Yep.
we got a fight coming up. We got Francis versus Joshua. I'm calling an upset now. Okay, we got an MMA guy on here. I think Francis beats Joshua. Let me tell you why. I think his just craziness and willpower and Joshua's chin is very questionable in my opinion. But I got Francis winning. Vega, who you got?
Yeah, I got Francis, man. He has that fire under him right now. He has something to prove. He's feeling good after that fight with Tyson. And Tyson's the baddest man on the planet. So I think he has a lot of momentum right now. Joshua's good.
Mike.
Joshua's
Mike,
very
who you
good.
got?
So listen,
Uh-oh.
and I know Brandon probably gonna side with me with this a little bit. You Francis was he did boxing. He ain't like just some regular bullshit MMA dude. Some regular UFC guy that that don't have that IQ of boxing. It's not that he did some boxing before, but and I do think he could pull an upset, but I can't just erase all the experience that Joshua has already in there with boxers, different styles, amateurs, professionals. He has more experience to try to make adjustments from. He's had big, strong dudes. He's had big, dudes fight against him. You know what I mean? So I can't 100% say, oh yeah, Francis go get him. You know what I mean? But I think the fight will actually be a little bit closer than we think. Even though I still think Francis can pull it off if something out of the ordinary starts to happen. He catch a good shot and then Joshua he can't recover from it. Something like that. But if I think what I mean, if it's going like normal, then what I mean. Joshua go win on points.
Brandon, who you got?
Yeah, like Mike say, Ngannou shouldn't win. He shouldn't win, right? Joshua is the more experienced fighter. Granted, you're gonna get a better version of Francis than that fought Tyson Fury. He's gonna come in more confident. He's gonna come in prepared, and it's gonna be will versus skill, right? technically, Joshua should be the better boxer. He should be able to box him and break him down. So it's going to determine if Francis's will can overcome Joshua's skill. And I don't, we've seen everybody says that Joshua's not the same fighter he was. He's maybe a little gun shy, a little mentally broken down. So, you have to compare those things. Is that going to be enough? Is he going to be able to make Joshua uncomfortable and get to his chin? I don't think he has a weak chin. I just think he's been knocked down.
All right. So, question for you guys: is the amateurs really important? 'Cause I know, Brandon, you just had an amateur event at your gym, and we're seeing Jake Paul, we're seeing Francis kind of just come and seem with no amateur background and still do good out there. Is that rare or what?
I mean, I think you can't.
Nah,
I
that's
think it's
not
two
what's happening.
different things here.
Okay, what's
You
that?
gotta look at who he's fighting at pro level. Like that's not. He's not fighting real
Look,
pro boxers.
you got to remember, Jake Paul, he has unlimited resources for, you know what I mean, recovery training, supplements and shit that he ain't supposed to be doing. All kind, like he has unlimited resources for training, and he's taking boxing training very serious. And one day I wouldn't be surprised if he got to a real high level, but he still hasn't fought anybody. He's fighting other bullshit YouTubers. He's fighting MMA guys that can never box. He do that. I thought they should have called the police on him after he fought that Ben Askren dude. Like, that dude can't fight to save his life. You know what I mean? He can wrestle. He's a wrestler, but he's not a boxer. And that's just like he had a better chance fighting Tiger Woods than fighting him. But he's because Tiger Woods used to train with Mike Tyson. But listen, he's fighting people that got big names. He's fighting people that, you know they're not that good. He's doing everything right when it comes to making money. You know what I mean? He's beating up people that got decent names that can't fight as he works on his craft to get better. And he's not over there like regular YouTubers bullshitting and doing like regular, like, he's doing like real boxing training with real boxers, with real professional coaches, not just he's taking this training very, very serious. So, but he's frowned upon like regular boxers that came up amateurs, starving, you know what I mean, going out of here at the fight, sleep in the car, driving, doing all kind of. It's just a little bit. He had a platform that he was already established on, with him and his brother doing the YouTube thing and all the sketch or whatever they were doing, and he took that and just transferred it over to boxing,
So, would you
and
give him
look at.
credit for beating Tyson at 57?
Hell no, he don't get no credit for, you know what I mean. Like, you never get no you never get no credit. You're an upcoming young athlete, you know what I mean, on the rise. You're getting better, you know what I mean. You're learning, you know what I mean, and you beat a. It just you won't get no credit for it, but you actually lose a whole lot when you get beat by, you know what I mean, an old dude retired and that's not what he doing anymore and this and that, you know what I mean. It's gonna look worse. But I just don't recommend that. This is a fight that it, I don't know. And everybody's saying it's fixed anyway. They already planning on giving it to Jake Paul, is what I heard. Somebody 100, you know
Yeah.
what I mean. But I don't know if that's true. You know what I mean. But you know, he's never going to get no respect no time soon. But I think eventually he will get better. You know what I mean? He'll start fighting, real boxers. But then he'll have to start being under real testing. Then he's going to get back small again. You have to go back down to a certain level of boxers. He won't be able to stay up there at the elite. You know, with the control that he has when these bigger boxing organizations start getting in, and monitor, the stuff that he's on, how much weight he's dropping before fights and things like that. I mean, once he gets more regulated, that's going to affect on how, he's able to pick his opponents, you know what I mean, and who he
Yeah.
fights and fight outcome. You know what I
So,
mean? But
Brandon, all right.
go ahead, Brandon. What do you think about that one?
What was the question?
That boy Mike went on a tangent. Hey, but no, Brandon, going to how important is the amateur boxing, and what made you want to start hosting it in Sacramento? And I feel like it's a great platform for the young fighters.
Man, I still think I'm a strong believer in amateur boxing, man. I think it's important because that's kind of like where you find yourself. You know what I mean? You get to train, you get to develop your skills, you get to fight the best in the world. You know what I mean? If you make it to the top level, you get to travel, you get exposure. Different venues. You can go in different countries, fight people from different countries, be in front of hostile crowds. And the thing is, the wins and losses aren't detrimental to your career like they are as a professional. So it's good to get that
Yep.
experience and learn, man. You know what I mean? Because you could fight world champions as an amateur, and before you even get into the pros. So
How
I'm a
many
strong
amateur
believer in
fights
the
did
amateur
you
fight.
have?
Like around 50.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's guys out there, hundreds of amateur fights now. Uh, but yeah, I'm a strong believer. And the reason why I wanted to throw them, because I know how important they are. You know what I mean? For the kids, for the youth. And then somebody got a lot of friction, it sounds like. Is that you, Mike?
Yeah,
A
Mike
lot
over
of
here
what?
drive.
Like you got a lot of static, a lot of background noise. You driving with the
Well, let me turn it
top
down
down?
because I was driving. Nah, nah.
So
Can you still?
when you had that event, how many fights were there? 'Cause I stayed
We,
for at
we
least 10.
Yeah, we usually do like 25 fights, man. I try to, get as many fights as can, and it's mostly fighters all in the region. We get people coming from San Diego, Las Vegas, Reno, the
Yeah,
Bay
that
Area.
was good.
So yeah, man.
And
It's a
then
good show.
you also had Andre Ward in the building. That was
Yeah,
dope.
yeah. No, like I said, I thought that was super important because a lot of the kids got to interact with him. You saw they got to ask a lot of questions about his career, about the book. So I thought that was good to have him out there, man. It's just about exposure, man. That's one of the things amateur boxing is about exposure. Get to go if you're good enough, you get to go to the USA Olympic Training Center. Get to go experience that. Going to nationals, getting on planes. First time I was ever on an airplane was because of boxing. So, it's just to getting that exposure, man, and getting comfortable if you're gonna go pro. You know what I mean? If you decide to go pro. Some make a career out of being an amateur and then you go on to other things. Like we got this collegiate boxing going on right now, with Sac State that's getting ready to jump off. And they only box these collegiate boxers just box during college and they go on to do their careers, man. And you get that experience, you get the benefit from the training, the focus, the discipline, and then you go on about your life, man. You got a lot more life to live, but you get the benefit of the training, which I think is key for anybody. Anybody should learn boxing, self-defense, and all the intangibles that the training teaches you.
For sure.
Martial
Vega,
martial arts for that matter.
yeah, Vega. So by you doing MMA, it's a lot different than
Oh yeah.
boxing.
Yeah, yeah, it's different, but you know what? I give a lot of respect to boxers. You guys got the recipe down for the art of fighting. You know, like how to manage a career, how to do it right. How what I love is when a boxer goes pro, right, and he makes a way for himself. Is he's not joining a team. He's not on a fight team. You know, he has very personalized training. It's one on one. There's a team around him. There's everybody has a purpose there. You know, it's all about that fighter. So I think that's how I'm trying to do it for my MMA career. I'm trying to make a like an independent thing where I obviously have to go places to train. I have different gyms and stuff, but I want my training to be very personalized, like the way boxers do it, because it is a one man sport. We're the only ones stepping in there. You know, there's only one guy stepping in the ring, the cage. So people they join teams and it gets a little sometimes toxic. You know, you're only going to be as good as people on your team. You
Oh,
know, so
man.
I think it's no, I have a lot of respect for boxing and the way they manage themselves.
Hey, Mike, man, you had a fight coming up and then dude pulled out.
Yeah, he pulled out, and then I checked BoxRec. He was trying to find an easy fight, and my name was removed. Then it had a guy on there that had like 55 losses, you know, and then that guy had lost on the 20th of January or something like that. So he probably got suspended and couldn't fight. So then he had another guy's name and uh, in replace of my name, and that dude had a bunch of losses. It sounded like he was trying to get a easier fight, and then it fell through. You know, and I think originally he probably looked at it. Oh yeah, I'll fight a dude that's you know 42 years old. You know what I mean? And then maybe later on, he probably looked at it like, hold on. He started looking. Oh, this 42-year-old, he fought multiple world champions.
Yeah,
You know
Mike the
what I
Bad
mean? He
Man.
got some. He got some fights on here that it looked like it could have been something he maybe heard. He probably got robbed on a couple of those fights with those world champions, and there was a fight that should have been some draws or could have been some splits. And then if he really dug deep into it, he look at my stats and he probably like, damn, the worst dude that he's fought is better than my best guy. So on paper, you know what I mean? It looked like he did his paperwork a little bit too late. He was just going, oh, dude, he ain't fought in a couple of years. He's 42 years old. Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna go grab some accolades from him. But then he probably looked closer into it. Hold on, this dude 42, this and this. You know what I mean? He's fighting these caliber guys. He's fighting dudes right before they fight Canelo. He's fighting the John Ryders, Ali Akmadov, and where the other Russian dude, Sergey Gavonsky. So he's looking at these kind of names. He beat Dennis Duggan. You know what I mean? He dropped, Damon Nicholson. So he's looking at these types of names. He don't got those kind of names on his resume.
Mm.
He got employees from, Chick-fil-A, you know what I mean? Chevron, Walmart, you know what I mean? In and Out, you know what I mean? You could go to the local fast food restaurant and find all his employees. I mean, all the opponents, but real talk. But then eventually, that didn't play out. Then, God opened up another door for me. I'm fighting on the 28th of this month in
Okay.
Detroit, Michigan. And this will put, this would be a good win for me, put me back in the top 10. The dude, what's his name? Vladimir uh, Shinskin or something. I forget how to say his last name. But it's the same Russian dude that's been calling out Canelo, that he want to fight Canelo. You know,
Mm.
Okay.
but I think they telling them you might want to do a little bit more more fighting before you go biting off that Canelo thing. You know what I mean? But he could just be saying it. I don't know. But
Gotcha.
they hit me up and I say, yeah, I'll do it. And he probably thinking this dude out of shape. He probably ain't been doing nothing, which only like close people know. You know what I mean? I fight at 68, but I've been walking around at 72, 73 for the past like 4.5 months. You
Gotcha.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've been doing, I've been like I told, I've been mountain biking, doing yoga, just doing extra stuff, and just a whole different, healthier lifestyle in general. And then and just been working and just being more positive. You know what I mean? So he probably think that it's oh, this gonna be another old guy that I'm about to dust off real quick. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be a little different story. He could be like this old motherfucker in there thumping with me. You know what I mean? You know.
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah.
So let's talk more about that Sac State. How did that come in together, man? I think that's big, man. You're doing a lot of big stuff in Sacramento.
Oh
Are
yeah,
you even
yeah. Hey,
from? Are
hey,
you
hey,
from Sac?
hold on. Congratulations on that. I think I heard about a little bit of that too. Linking up with the college. Did
Yeah,
you tell
no,
me that?
man.
Who,
Ooh,
who told me that?
What are you talking about?
I just said it.
So no, but I thought. Did you tell me that before though? Well, I think I've seen something. I heard something else about it. And I just get a chance, say, give them some flowers on that. That's like some real stuff. People just giving back, doing stuff like that for the
Yeah.
youth.
For sure.
Yeah, the Sac State thing has been something that we've been trying to get Sac State on board for a long time,
I'm gonna put
and
some gas in the car. Hold on, real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
yeah. And so I think it's been going on for probably like the last couple of years, and we got in contact with the AD and we are trying to set it up, and just it got to a certain point and then it kind of stopped, and then probably like less than a year ago, the new Sac State president came on board, and a mutual friend of ours connected us. And he's a big boxing guy, so he where he was before he came here, he was doing boxing back there. So he had amateur boxing matches and stuff like that. And so, it just kind of came together that way. We connected, kind of told me the vision and what he was setting up with Uriah, with Combat U. So it's all disciplines. It's not just boxing. Boxing is a part of the program, and I was all for it. He explained his vision, man. I'm a big believer in of course Uriah, but also Luke, president. As a person. So I was down for whatever he was trying to do. So the next step is we're going to have another information session for the students to come out and ask questions and how to get involved. And we're looking at some things getting started in the fall.
Okay, obviously y'all gonna give out scholarships, right?
Yeah. So there's going to be scholarships for athletes that qualify for it, and that was huge for me. That was the reason why I jumped on. 'Cause like I said, boxing. Boxing's a poor man's sport, man, and it's not available in school. So you can't box in high school and then get a scholarship to go to college with it like you can the other major sports. But now we have that opportunity with Sac State. So that was one of the biggest things. I was excited about it.
So do you think? I mean, I don't know about any other. What other colleges do box? I mean, UC Davis, but I don't know. Do other?
Yeah, no, the collegiate boxing is huge. There's a lot of colleges. I think there's like maybe like 9 or 10 just in California that participate in the collegiate boxing league. It's just like USA Boxing, except the colleges compete with the Air Force and I want to say Army or Navy are in it as well. And they have national tournaments. Coach Joel, that works with me, he's in Reno right now. They got a regional tournament with the Collegiate Boxing League. So yeah, it's a big deal, man. Just a lot of people don't know about it. People go to Davis and they don't even know that they offer boxing. So people will come to my gym to sign up and say, "Where do you go?" They go to Davis. I say, the head coach here is your boxing head coach, and I didn't know they even offered it. So a lot of people don't know, but it's been around for a long time, and it's popular.
Is
Oh, that no for
is
sure.
that NCAA?
In CBS is, I believe, what it is. It's
Who's gonna be the head coach of Sac State's team?
I am.
Oh,
Yeah, the
nice,
boxing. You talking about
nice.
boxing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for the
for
boxing.
boxing. Yeah, I'm gonna head up the boxing portion of it.
Heck yeah.
Do you think they'll
Yeah.
ever get into high schools?
I mean, it just depends on how you're talking. Because we're in high schools right now. You know what I mean? We're teaching boxing at the schools. So
Like
uh,
I'm saying, like have like because I would
I don't
assume
know.
so.
Yeah, I,
Basketball,
I
you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know, man. That's the goal. That's something that we advocate for. Something we've been pushing for. But I don't know because it's just it's such a bad stigma on it. You know what I mean? And the biggest issue when we go to schools is they think it's going to perpetuate violence. So the people that participate in it are going to cause more problems at school. And we have to come in and tell them it's actually the opposite. You know what I mean? The opposite. The kids know how to de-escalate. They know how to stay calm. They know not to get involved in that type of stuff, and mainly because it gives them the confidence, right? A lot of
Yeah, hold
people
on.
get
The
in altercations
the
because they.
police right next to me. Hold on.
A
Go
lot.
ahead, you can keep talking.
Yeah,
Hey,
a
hey,
lot
hey,
of these
right
kids
next to me.
are getting are fighting and what the type of violence is because it's a lack of confidence and a lack of self-awareness, and this is something that all martial arts training brings. So you have the confidence to walk away from a situation because you know what you're capable of. You know what I mean? So like I said, when we talk to these schools, it does the exact opposite than having the students perpetuate violence on campus or something like that.
That's what's up, man. What keeps you going, man? What keeps you opening these new doors, man? First you open the facility, now you like what keeps you motivated?
Man, it's just the results, man. The results and the lives that were impacted, the kids that were impacted. I mean, you work with kids, man. It's fulfilling. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? This is, we know, what your craft does for the youth. I know what boxing does for the youth. I know what happens when they stay in the gym and they stay productive and they stay working at something that they desire. And I know what happens when they don't. You know what I mean? And when they happens when they go astray, and you don't see the kids for several months or a couple years, and you see what happens. So it's just providing that outlet, providing that resource for the youth and for the families, I guess. You know what I mean? Because the youth is a catalyst into the families that we work with. And we've been doing this since 2011, man, and to see the results that we get. And it's not about fighting. I mean, most of them don't go on to compete. Most of them just get the benefit of the training and they go on. I got kids coming back from after going to do service in the Marines, coming back, tell me how impactful the gym was for them. I got kids that grow up, go on to do jobs and run their own businesses or go to college, come back years later and tell them how much the training impacted. And that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps keep going, getting into Sac State, getting into the school districts that we're in now.
There we go. Vega, man, you think they'll allow some fight stuff in the hall?
Oh, never, never, ever, bro. Man, I wish
Man,
that'd solve a lot of
that would solve a
problems.
lot of issues at
Solve a
work,
lot of
huh?
problems. It would be done like that.
Man,
Everybody
but
be,
we definitely need all you guys to, well, Vegas there already, but need y'all to come to the hall, man, to come talk to the kids,
yeah,
show them
yeah,
some mid works, man. I think, like all the stuff you were saying, a lot of kids in the hall, they need to find a way to let some of that steam out and control it at the same time. But then I think if
Yeah,
they respect it more when they know what's capable of, like, oh, snap, okay, hold on now. That
yeah,
person over there got hands, you know what I mean? It's more respect thing.
yeah,
But when
yeah,
when
yeah,
when kids start learning boxing, the more and more they learn it, and they don't even want to go out there and fight. It's the total opposite, but it's hard. That's a message that's hard to get to regular people. You know what I mean? Or is it going to make kids fight more at school? Like, it really doesn't. Back in the day, old school wrestling coaches, if you had a problem, he'd take you out there and he'll make you get on the mat and wrestle a couple rounds. And then he'll make you box a couple rounds and tell y'all, now y'all leave that shit alone. And then kids were cool after that.
Hmm.
But that in the schools now, you know what I mean? It's just like the parenting is different. I understand like rules and they want to safeties and stuff like that. But when kids fought more back in the day, it was less other stuff because they knew who Billy Badass was. You know what I mean? If somebody was talking, they knew what they were really about. Nah, he got beat up by Tony last week. Ain't nothing gonna happen. You know what I mean? But like but now if it's like an actual training thing, they'll get competitive. But I don't think they will want to ruin it because especially if they're good at it, you know what I mean. And they probably want to have to keep their grades up to to stay in the program. So I think it'd be positive all the way around. They'll be learning like, dude, we get to fight. We don't get in trouble for it. You know what I mean? And then encourage them to want to keep their grades up because they probably have to have a certain GPA to stay into a program. Same thing like football or basketball, you know?
Yeah. So
But trying to explain it to people that that's the hardest part. So you need little programs like what Brandon has so they can just start seeing it, how it changes people and it doesn't make them want to fight more inside of a, place where they should,
yeah, for sure. Brandon, you were just out of elementary school talking to the kids.
yeah.
How was
Uh,
that?
yeah. So it was good, man. I always enjoy doing that stuff. Friend of mine, I think uh, man, it's going blank right now. Kendrick, you know Kendrick, don't you?
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
of him.
so Kendrick, his wife actually works at the school. She reached out to me saying they were bringing people for Black History Month, and just wanted me to go up there and talk to the kids, man. So yeah, I went up there and told them about my career and just gave them advice and some guidance. And I think they had uh, Rick Jennings up there the week before. I think each week they brought in a different speaker. And so he was up there the week before, and then I was up for that week, man. But I like doing that stuff, you know what I mean? It's good. Feels good.
Vega, man, how much are you training in boxing, and then like how do you mix it up? You got MMA, you got to worry about everything. So, what's
Yeah.
your schedule looking like?
So I get 6 days a week of training in. I do 2 days of grappling, so jiu-jitsu, and then I try to do 4 days of striking. So I do the boxing with Dante, and then I try to set another day aside when I do my strength and conditioning to do just footwork, just move around, just have resistance band and shit I do, and then I do 2 days of Muay Thai, which is kickboxing. So I try to get it all in more on the striking because I need that. I've been grappling for however long, so I already have that down. I do the 2 days to keep it sharp, and I still grow, but I definitely put more of an emphasis into striking. That's what I need, and I don't want to be one of those guys who's one dimensional when they fight me and be like, oh, he's just a grappler. So strike with him. No, I'm gonna have cool striking. I'm gonna be able to put it on people too.
Yeah.
Just a matter of time. I just gotta put the time in.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Mike, man, how much are you running when you? Well, first of all, how long is your training camp for a fight? Now you got a fight coming up, so how long is your training camp? How many miles are you putting in a day? What's that looking like?
Uh, shit. Hey, with the running, I'm starting to cut back because I feel like I'm starting to like the assault bike a lot. Because like the running is like cool. And I got sponsored by by Hookah running shoes like a couple months ago, and I was like,
All right.
testing them out. And I ran like 4 miles, and let me see how they feel. And I ran like 6 miles, and I was giving my little reviews and stuff like that. But shit, I can run up to like what I ran 12 miles, 12.3 miles, and I haven't ran that in actually like 10 years. I normally don't go past like 6 or 8 miles. Because like I don't feel like anything's. I think once you run the 6 or 8 miles, that's good. I think then you need to start adjusting your time. Your speed needs to get faster. And then even if you do that type of running, then that's one part of your breathing and conditioning. You got to get your sprints in. That's what the short wind is. What you want to get in as well. That's what I've been liking the the assault bike. I got one of those, but once I saw that one that had the PI in Vegas, all the UFC fighters using, I got that one. I was like is hella strong. You know what I mean? That short wind is what you do. Some people like they go out there and run hella miles, and then they go into a fight and they get gassed because they only used to that one long steady pace. You need to have that short burst wind. Like you literally have to have that. You know what I mean? Because once it goes up, the situation goes up. It's a lot of exchanges. You know what I mean? A lot of movement. And then you won't be able to recover because you're used to that long, steady run. People are like, oh, I can run 10 miles, 15 miles, 18 miles. That shit don't mean nothing if you can't, open the lungs up and get that heart rate up and hold it there for a little while and then have go back and try to see if you can cruise after that.
Got you.
Yeah, so you gotta have that long wind, but like, running right now, I'm probably only doing about four on average, like, 4 to 7 miles. I mean, but I keep it around there. But a lot of my conditioning, I'll hop on that Stairmaster. I've been starting to get, uh, comfortable with that. I see them girls on there doing it. I see them, they do like 45 minutes to an hour. I tried like 15 minutes one day and it was kind of hard. And I was like, oh, hell no. So now, like, even like today, I got 35 minutes on, the Stairmaster before I did 35 minutes of shadow boxing,
Damn.
but,
Okay.
uh, then yesterday, I got 9 rounds of sparring with Tony, and then I think he coming tomorrow. By gym tomorrow, we're gonna try to get him to do 10 tomorrow. Hey, hey, Brandon, your guy sparring over there,
Yeah, you
Uh-oh.
come box with Milan.
huh?
You come box with Milan.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I gotta
he
be there for
hella,
that.
hey, he hella big, but shit. But I'll still get some work because he be liking to work. 'Cause he be in there trying to thump, you know.
Hmm.
For
Like,
real.
hey,
That's
hey,
all
hey,
he's trying
hey,
to do.
Brandon be telling him to do shit, and sometimes I be listening, and he be like, "Man, fuck all that." He don't say that, but sometimes he'll say, "Fuck that," and he'll want to sit down and try to kill you, you know.
Bro, I went in there one time with him, and all I know is I was like, this dude is strong. All I'm hearing and feeling is power. And I hear Brandon, Marcus, move. I said, brother, there ain't no more moving. He hitting me hard. Brother, wait a minute. I got hit
Hey,
hard.
hey, but listen, for me personally, I kind of like that because I want to experience a motherfucker trying to kill me and take me out in sparring. So when a motherfucker jump on me in a real fight, it ain't like it ain't no big shot like, oh shit, motherfucker throwing heat. You want to experience everything, you know what I mean? In your training, and you go to your fight, recover, rested and just execute all the things that you've been working on and sticking to whatever the game plan that you and your coaches got.
Yeah.
Is Mulan
You
a pro
know,
yet, Brandon?
Nah, he's amateur. Yeah.
Still? Okay, have you got anybody to the pro? Like, I know you can do it, but is a process with you? It seems kind of hard to become a pro with you.
What are you talking about?
No, I feel like you'd be like, they got to show you hard work and dedication before you put them
Nah,
out
I
there.
mean, I got into it to work with kids, man, and build fighters from scratch. You know
Okay.
what I mean? And so I didn't, we got Will, we got Kevin
hold on
at the
one second.
gym. They're both undefeated pros, but yeah, I got into it to build up kids from the ground up. That was really what my purpose was for training. And then along the way, some of the other more experienced guys came to the gym. And we started working together.
Okay, cool.
It's
Dang.
tough, man. You know what I mean? I don't recommend for you to go pro unless it's got certain criteria if you really want to make a career out of it, man. Because it's so hard.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
It's so hard. So it's like you gotta. There's a lot of things that gotta be aligned to make a run at a professional boxing career, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Other
How
people may be
often?
different.
How often were you sparring?
For
Yeah,
fighting,
when you were
you
fighting.
sparring 2-3 days a week.
Oh shit! Hey, hold on. Rays are trying to kill us. Hey, Rays are trying to kill us. Listen,
Yeah.
there's been times, man. Well, there's one time, shit was bad. I didn't have no food. I didn't have nothing to eat. Ray used to have his wife make me peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Hey, so in between the rounds, me and Brandon, we already got Ray gonna make us do 9 to 10, 12, 13, however many rounds
Yeah,
he
yeah,
say. Cause he,
yeah,
we learned not to ask him how many
yeah.
rounds.
You ain't
Once you
going
ask
less
him
than
how many
10.
rounds, you're going all day.
Yeah,
Y'all
you
sparred
ain't
Listen,
going
each other?
you ain't going
listen,
less than 10.
listen. Me and Brandon spar all the time. Listen, one time Ray made us do uh 14 rounds straight. Four,
God
four,
damn.
four, 14 rounds straight. You know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? If I was hungry, no matter what, he'd make his wife go give me some peanut butter, jelly sandwiches, some water, and you know what he'd tell me? He'd tell us, bite down and get it. Bite. That's all he tells. Bite down and get it. Bite down and get it. Hey, Ray used to have us over there being assholes. I'm telling you, Ray. That's why people think that we hard on some of our fighters, and like people know Brandon got high expectations. But and how you know how I be with regular clients. These motherfuckers that have no desire to fight, but I still be hey, but I still be making sure they do everything perfect. You know what I mean? They still gotta go to work in the morning.
Man,
You know what I
I
mean?
remember
Hey,
how I met
hey,
this dude, Mike, man. Hold on, I gotta tell this story. For some reason, I'm working at a boxing gym. They had me run sparring. So I see Mike come in. Mike over there shadow boxing. And it's sparring day, Saturday, so I'm running it. So I'm there, and then some dude come in with his whole crew, like 5 deep. They all like, whoever wanted could get it. They all hyping it up. And then I was like, okay. He didn't even know, like, he didn't have no headgear. I said, dude, you got to put a mouthpiece in. He goes, okay, put a mouthpiece in here. I don't need no headgear. So I'm like, oh, okay. I said, well, you sparring him right there. I don't know who that is, but he in the mirror for a minute. So mind you, I'm no boxing, but I'm not like really in it. So anyway, I'm like, here we go. The dude gets in there. He got all his boys with cameras out. They're like, get on him. So then I'm watching, and then I'm like, okay, dude, Mike is just kind of just taking punches. Dude is throwing all punches. All his boys getting hyped. So I'm like, oh, it's getting real. The dude look like he. I was like, oh, that dude sounds like he ain't. All of a sudden, it was like halfway through the round, Mike went crazy on dude. Blah, 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 blah. All the boys with the phones put the phones down. I was like, dude got dropped. Dude's on the ground. He's like, oh, his body hurt. I was like, wait, stop, hold on. So then, dude roll out. Everybody checking on him. I'm like, damn, man. He's like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna get back in there. He get back in. Mike drops him again. Dude leaves. He leaves his whole crew. Girl tell me that he broke his rib. Dude went to the hospital. I said, yeah, Mike different. Mike different for sure.
hey, hey,
And then
hey,
Brandon,
but listen, hey,
no.
listen,
Let me talk about
listen.
Brandon. Brandon will have you over there sparring people and then not have your back, okay? He be over there coaching his guys up and won't help you. You in the doghouse, okay? Milan was hitting me with stuff I ain't never seen before. Okay, so them two, they dangerous for sure.
Well, no, that's what he's supposed to do. You know what I mean? He's supposed to encourage. Now, you know what I mean. Every now and then, I would start helping out another fighter if my girl just if she doing like way too much, and I'm telling her to go light, then I would be like, well, then I'll start yelling, and I don't really be disrespectful to the other coach, but I'll be like, hey, you got to do this and this and this. Don't let her do this, and you see what she's doing. You see what I'm telling her to do. Don't let her do this. You know what I mean? But that's what shit. That's how Brad's supposed to. He supposed to tell you shit. You know what I mean? You over there, you fresh meat for his fighter to learn from.
Nah, no,
You
we
know,
ain't doing that. Don't use me as an example. No, no, no.
you know. Hey, but I'm telling you, I'm telling you, he got a lot of those characteristics. Because Ray used to have us in all the worst training conditions that they can be. Dude, we've been in the gym. It literally was 120 degrees in there. You know what I mean? And sometimes, and Brandon back in the day was hella quiet. Brandon didn't say shit. You know what I mean? And sometimes I be looking over there. I was like, man, this motherfucker, he go sit in there and just die with me. You know what I mean? So, hey, but what I'm saying is that's the kind of shit that makes a different kind of fighter, that makes a different kind of person, that brings something different. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think when you even had that, like for me, I be trying to bring that out of like the people that I train. Like I be really be wanting people to get better. I don't be like, oh man, that's what it don't even be about no money shit. You know what I mean? I really be wanting everybody, all the old people, the young was the little kids. Like, I really be wanting them to get better because, dude, their life be getting better, grades be going up. I done got people
Yeah.
off suicide watch. People done got left their and I didn't tell them to do it, but they left their like psychologists and stuff like that. I done help some relationships. You know what I mean? So like this boxing stuff, man, it helps like so much things that don't got nothing to do with boxing. Like half the time, I can tell when people bring their kids to me, dude, it really ain't. It really ain't about no boxing. They just want me to just do something with them,
Mm,
you know?
yeah. Damn. That was well said, brother. Dang, it got a little deep right there. Brandon, man, hey, so who's your toughest fight or sparring? Who's the toughest person you have sparred?
My guy.
Oh, snaps. Okay. Vega, who's your toughest spar?
Fucking Fluffy Hernandez, bro. That dude just walk you
Fluffy
down.
Hernandez.
Yeah, that's Anthony Hernandez out of Gold. He just won too on
The, remember the Spanish dude that was able to make gold over at the gym when you
Yeah,
came over
yeah,
there?
yeah.
Yeah, the one I worked
Mike,
for,
you ain't up.
that
You not
one of his
training. You not
fights.
up at the gym no more in El Dorado.
No, no, no. I'm still
Uh,
there,
Mike's
but
still there, but the team left. So they got their
they
own
they
spot
they
at another
yeah
gym.
they got a new spot. They're doing
that's
their own
good.
thing.
Mike, who's your toughest spar?
Shit. Well, my main hard sparring, shit, I would have to say Brandon because I really can't say like Mike Sims and Otis and all them when I came in, I was like young. They of course they was gonna, I wasn't, I was new. They was banging me up over there, but eventually I came back and whooped everybody ass. I got Mike Sims back, I got Eric, Ezra, and, Gilbert. I got everybody back.
God.
But hey, but but I would have to say Brandon. I'm not putting you on the video. Hey, but I have to say Brandon because sometimes I used to be sitting there and I'm like, I wonder if he gonna quit. You know what I mean? Not from me, but just because how Ray was just driving us into the ground. I just felt like I was gonna just watch and see what he do to see if he gonna say something or who gonna say something. Because Ray used to have us in there. Then you get out of sparring, you got to get on the bags. You know what I mean? And you got to do this and you got to do stand ups, a certain amount of stand-ups, and you have to do it in a certain amount of time. You remember the
Right.
stand-ups, Brandon?
Yeah, man. I have all my guys do
Hey,
every
hey,
other day.
hey, I got not none of my older clients, but I have a lot of the younger kids do that too. Hey,
Yeah.
and it really works, dude,
Oh yeah.
because when you in there and shit get rough, it do. And Ray said
Yeah.
it'll make you want to stand up, like it help you
Hmm.
really fire those legs. when the shit hit the fan and stuff is hurting, other people they want to collapse when
Yeah.
they get hit to the body. You know what I
Nah.
mean?
Yeah.
This is how you want to stand up.
Man, that sounds y'all was on some intense stuff. Who else was in that training camp with y'all? Whatever training with y'all.
Sometimes Otis came over there, you know what I mean, and then hey, but it was always fun because him and Brandon used to always get into it. You know what I
For
mean?
real?
One time shit that they got into it. Hey, because Brandon, he over there, he over there on that mean, you know what I mean. So he might not hear the bell sometime, and then 'cause there's been a
It,
couple times
it,
me.
it, it always got like that, man. Everybody
Hey,
got
but
like that. It wasn't just
yeah,
me.
but like me and Brandon, there's been a couple of times we let a couple go after the bell, and then we just knew that all right, that we just in here. That's what we do here. But Otis wasn't really he was more seasoned and stuff. But
Otis
you
was
know
gonna beat me up outside, man. Otis was gonna
hey,
beat
hey,
me up
hey, hey,
outside the gym, man.
you know,
What?
we would, hey,
True,
we would,
man.
hey, listen, I was there because I think Brandon hit him a couple times after the bell, and then I think Otis' head hit the wall, and they was like, and then Otis said, "Let's take it to the streets." Otis grabbed Brandon and threw him on the ground. Hey, I remember like it was yesterday. He threw him on the ground. You know what I mean? And I think Ray, told him to stop. And then after that, he made him finish sparring too. They still had to get their rounds in after that. You know,
Yeah.
it's just a lot of people just really ain't. You don't really see that type of training in the gyms no more. I mean, it was rough over there. You come over there, and shit. Don't be late to the gym because he'll lock the gate on you. Then you got to sit outside.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And then, most of the time he's like, "That's it. You missed. You came too late. You had to be on time too." It was strict. Hey, am I right, Brandon? He'll lock the gate
Yeah,
on
no,
you,
yeah,
huh?
yeah. You ain't
He
playing. Yeah, no, raise the real
he
deal,
he
man.
he'll lock the
Raise the
gate.
real deal.
You know what I mean? And don't knock on the door because he won't open it.
Brandon,
He would not open that damn door.
who's your favorite fighters, Brandon? Give me your top five all time.
All time, Muhammad Ali,
Okay.
Joe Louis, Sugar Ray Leonard. Uh, let's see, it's three. Uh, Roberto Duran.
Damn,
At
that's a
four.
good.
That's four. One more.
Mm, my fifth one. I don't know, man. I don't know. But fifth one, I gotta think.
I thought you were gonna
But
put
those,
Ward in there, man. Come
uh,
on, man.
Oh, he had him come to the gym and throw me
Vega,
top
give
five.
me your top five boxers.
Boxing, shoot. Tank. I love Tank, man. I try to imitate a lot of Tank.
Oh, he's
Uh,
natural, brother. He can't do what he do. He natural.
I know I'm trying, bro. Everything I can. Shit. Loma. I love the footwork. He's fucking Dante has me doing all kinds of shit all the time. So I put a lot of respect on footwork and yeah. So Loma. I love Teofima. Teofima's tight. Uh, Mayweather because he was the dude that was doing it when I was growing up, and my family we were all into boxing too. My whole family boxed and shit. And so they were always going against Mayweather because he was slapping up these Mexican dudes all the time. I was a kid. In my head, I couldn't say shit because then everybody would be on my ass. But I'm like, he's the one winning, and he's winning. Nobody's touching him. He still looks good, and he's making all the money. I'm like, that's the fucking man right there. I don't. You guys are tripping. They're hating, but in my head, I'm getting inspired. I'm like, damn, he's doing it right. That's how should have a career. And then
Mike, who? Oh, we got one more.
before I got one more. I like he's not great yet, like of all time or anything, but Shakur, man. Shakur, I feel like it's gonna be tight. So I love Shakur.
Man, Shakur last fight had me mad. He was running. Uh,
Yeah,
Mike, guy, who
yeah.
your top five, man?
Yeah, five is kind of hard,
Oh,
man.
I got a quick one for y'all.
So one thing you can't never count out Marvin Hagler, man. You know, just because I feel like there's certain little things that resonate. He had the hard route. You know what I mean? coming up in the era where, it was like people that can really fight. And Sugar Ray Leonard, which is another one on my list, you know what I mean? He had all the light, you know what I mean? He was a little more handsome. People hung out with the different nationalities and stuff like that. So yeah, so Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, I don't know that Roberto Duran too. That's another one that I really, uh, that drive he had. And then my main favorite, obviously, Mike Tyson, and not for the skills, just him as a person, the energy that he brought when he fought, man. It wasn't He beat so many people that were better than him.
Mm.
He wasn't, like he had faith. He had this faith in his shots. And I do believe there's certain energy that, when you throw a certain shot, if you don't have no faith in that shot, you know what I mean? Even if you did everything mechanically the right way and you threw, say, for instance, right to the body, and you did everything the mechanics right, but you threw it with a hope creed, you just throwing a shot, and that's what the book says, kind of. But if you throw that shot with intent in your brain, like you trying to drive it, and you didn't change anything physically, that shot by the recipient, he's going to feel something way different. That shot's going to be a better shot just because of where your mind frame was when you throw the shot. And that's what I be teaching my students now. Don't just throw shots. You got to be thinking and picturing what this shot is doing the whole duration. You know what I mean? Where your foot is, where your balance is, where the energy. At any point, if somebody was to ask you something about that shot, you know what I mean, in slow motion, well, what's going on here in your shot, in your right hand? You should be able to tell them in every single point of that shot. If your combination was slowed down in slow motion and somebody asks you about that combination, you should be able to tell them everything that's going on at every little tiny point. You
Damn.
know what I mean? But like skills though, like, mother one, a Sweet Pea Panero Whitaker, so that, like, our Sweet Pea for this age is like, for every era, there's like somebody that almost kind of like from a different era. So Crawford is like our era Sweet Pea Panero Whitaker.
Dang, I'm not
Is that
sold on Crawford, man. I'm just not.
no
You don't
no
like
no
Bud,
no
man?
I'm
Come
no,
not.
no
on.
Maybe I feel
listen
like he fought
listen
Spence
no
too
no
late,
no
man. I just
no, but listen. He just has fundamentals. Like he knows what to do. Like he's putting himself in the right spots. He knows when to switch stands. Like he's just doing. He sees these physical math problems and he breaks them down.
no, he does. I don't
You
know.
know,
I really thought Spence was gonna walk him down and it was gonna be over, but he
nah, that's
definitely.
because you get up on that hype. You know what I mean? Oh, he's strong. He's standing there, and he's really, really strong and consistent with the basics. That all that stuff is cool. But when you have somebody that's gonna take your style and dissect it, you know what I mean? It's gonna be hard to do that, even though you have this workhorse mentality. All the time, that just don't work. Workhorse mentality, it'll work on most regular dudes, but when you have somebody in front of you and they got uh, uh, a different IQ, a skill, and that you ain't just gonna just do a whole bunch of basic stuff over and over and over and over until they're too tired to do something back to you, then you get knocked out. But when you got a person in front of you that sees that style, understands it, and then makes moves around it and get out of those little work zone areas where you want to work like a robot and be consistent at it, and he go pick and dissect that shit.
Damn. Brandon, man, when you about to get back sparring, man? I'm trying to watch you spar, man.
Hey,
Oh,
I agree. I agree. I'm already mad at Brandon anyway because
shoot.
I think I might have mentioned it to him a few times. You know what I mean, like a little bit, but I really didn't never really just tell him like, and he probably already know I'm gonna say it. I think he stopped a little bit too early because like he was
Bro,
like
I said the same thing.
I really was a fan of him. Like I should talk shit all the time. You know what I mean? Just the fact that, you know what I mean, because people knew who he was. I was like, yeah, that's the dude I be sparring. People in there talking about him. You know what I mean? That's the dude I'm sparring. I'm like, that dude is really that dude. You know what I mean? I'm learning things from him right now to get better. You know, even though I was older, I started boxing later. He was younger, and already had a lot of experience. You know, and I was in there learning a lot of stuff from him on the fly because I had to her become an amateur. I mean, become a pro first because where I started. But yeah, he shouldn't. I think he turned in a little bit too early. You know what I mean, and left a little bit of his candle still burning.
You missed it, Brandon, or what, man? What's going on, man?
No,
Send you some.
Brett.
I send
But
you.
hey, before you say something, Brandon is he's a sneaky workaholic. So don't let anything. So he might bullshit you like he ain't training, he don't do nothing. Brandon is one of those dudes. He will hide and sneak and make sure he working out and working on this stuff and getting sharp and running, putting combinations together. He do stuff when ain't nobody look. Cause I like to do that thing, but I 100%. That's what he do. If he say that, Mike, you're wrong right now, he 100% lying, and I know he ain't gonna say I'm wrong.
I mean,
Am I
it's a
right, Brandon?
lifestyle, man.
You know?
It's a lifestyle, man. You adapt to the lifestyle working out, man. I value fitness and hard work. Nothing's
You
changed.
don't do you miss
But
boxing though?
I'm still boxing every day, man. I'm in boxing every day. I just do it differently. I coach kids now. I'm okay
Okay.
with that.
Damn. I would love to see you spar, brother. But I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate all y'all coming on here. We gotta do it again.
Appreciate you,
Uh,
Yeah.
definitely appreciate y'all. It's late. I got work tomorrow. Lord Jesus.
Man.
All right. But I appreciate
All
each
right,
one of
brother.
y'all.
All right, man.
Y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Mark.